Hello everybody, how are you? I hope you're well. It's so nice to come back to doing these videos. It's just been a bit crazy busy. It's been fantastic. I've been doing lots of workshops in Vancouver, which has been fantastic. So for all of you who have joined me, thank you so much for your incredible support and for your wonderful presence. All of the workshops have been so awesome. It was such a delight. And so I'm finally catching my breath now that the workshops are done. I've still got a lot more coming up. If you're in Vancouver, I will be doing Miracle Mondays. I'm trying to adjust this. This is weird. Okay, so I will be doing Miracle Mondays, the second Monday of every month, starting on May 13th. And they'll be at Highcroft. And so that'll be for the rest of the year. That's going to be a permanent thing. And then I'm doing another workshop on June 22nd with another life coach. Her name is Linda Black, and she works a lot with your relationship with yourself. And this will be a workshop for women in time for the summer solstice. And so stay tuned. There's lots of really great things coming up. And if you're in Vancouver, or even if you want to make a trip to Vancouver, I would love to have you. And the topic for March is uncertainty. So I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos, but here we go. We're back again. So uncertainty, if you've been following my other videos, is the most powerful place that we can be. Now, who hates, hi Alexa, oh my gosh, how are you? It's so good to see you. So yeah, with uncertainty, who loves uncertainty? I mean, probably nobody. Maybe I'm the only person that loves uncertainty. And the reason for that is because I've learned to approach it in a completely different way. And uncertainty is actually it's your playground. It's the space of all possibility, the place where anything can happen. And by that, I mean uncertainty is literally this magical kinetic space where you can transform anything. It's this like a canvas. Thanks, Alexa. It's like, think of it like a canvas. It's up to you the colors that are going to go on there. It's up to you the kind of composition it's going to have. And it's really going to be colored by you in the sense, I mean, look at different painters, Picasso compared to an impressionist like Degas. They were really doing what was true to them. So in this space, when you don't know what's coming next, take the time to pause and take the time to connect back to you, connect back to your heart, and take the time to figure out what you want, what makes the most sense for you. Now, I'll take the example of anything really. I'll start with a job, and then I'll talk about love. And if you're, for example, looking for a new job, then it's about brainstorming. For example, what would make you happy? What would make you so excited to get up in the morning? And I do think that you should be excited to go to work only because we spend most of our lives working. And so you might as well be doing something you enjoy. Or if you're really only looking for a basic job, maybe look for something that you don't take home at the end of the day, and then you can focus on something that you're really passionate about. So these are the things that you have to look at, is what sets your heart on fire? What kind of a structure will work for you? What kind of an industry do you want to work in? But the kind of people you want to work with. I always like big and international companies and really fun companies as well. I like young and dynamic companies. And then looking at who your colleagues would be, what kind of a team structure would you like, how much money would you like to earn, what kind of benefits, where is it geographically located? There's so much you can brainstorm about, and then you set your intentions. Now, and I'll come back to this because I want to talk about love for a sec. If you're looking for love, then it's also looking at what is your core energy underneath all of it. And for me, that's joy. And so really feeling into what would make you feel joyful about a partnership. For me, what's important is similar lifestyles. For example, people who like somebody who would want to travel. So what are the things that would help you to spark joy? Now, the point with these exercises in this brainstorming is to dig deep to figure out what you want, which also helps you to get to know yourself. Because when you want to create something, it's not what do I need to do in order to get what I want, but who do I want to be in order to get what I want? And then this is the work, is this internal work. And again, in this space of uncertainty, it's really about getting to know yourself and connecting back to your heart. And rather than coming from fear and thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And we have such an expectation that the worst is going to happen. But in fact, the best can happen. It's really only up to us to make a choice about how we're going to approach it. So when we look at it as something playful, like we look at it as a place of, different colored if we're a child, finger painting, we've got all the colors, we're playing around, we're experimenting, we're having fun with it. We're really tapping into how we feel and, importantly, how we feel about it, not what someone else has told us about. When we really have fun with this, then we become joyful. And of course, we present our best self to the world, and you start magnetizing what you want. And it's really like the process for bringing something to you in times of uncertainty is to sit with the feeling in your heart and allow it to come to you. And people ask me if I manifest in certain time frames, but it actually never works for me. But other people are different. They say that they really need the specificity. For me, it just doesn't work. So I really surrender the outcome. And that's a huge one. When you're going to be in this playful process, you really have to surrender the outcome, knowing that you're going to experience some changes, maybe some bumps in the road, but it's all part of the character building that leads you towards you being the person who is ready to embrace what you're asking for. And, you just really have to have your hands open to receive it in perfect timing and trusting that perfect timing. And perfect time does exist. And it's amazing how in hindsight you can look back at something and you can think, oh yeah, I was not ready for it until that last moment. And yeah, so when you want something, it's really sitting with this and, just feeling your energy of joy or fun, if that's what you want your job to be, or passion, feeling into this with your heart and just filling your body with that energy, feeling the room with that energy, filling the world with that energy. And that's how you manage uncertainty. It's connecting to yourself and your heart energy so that it becomes a playful activity that you face with curiosity, you face with openness, with, again, a sense of fun instead of, really the fear that's, this, oh shit, what's going to happen now? So, Alexa, I don't know if you have anything to add to that. Please feel free to jump in. But like I said, uncertainty is truly the most powerful space we have. And rather than looking at maybe, for example, if you've lost your job or you're going to quit and you're not sure what's ahead, instead of looking at the space in front of you as scary or a mountain that maybe you have to battle, what about embracing the time that you're in? Opening up yourself to the possibilities, seeing what do you want, taking the time to figure that out. Rather than, okay, I've just got to take the first job that I'm going to get. This is really a profound time for you to do the deep digging to figure out what you want. And, my gosh, the paths are endless from there. And, if you're looking for a job, it could be the job you get, maybe it isn't the right fit in the end and you move on to something else, but that was the right fit. So you have to be, open to meandering because that's how life is. And with this sense of play, and this sense of letting go of the outcome. Because if you're holding on too hard, it's not fun. And the universe knows that the rent has to be paid. So, for example, if you're looking for a job, you have to be careful with money, for example, if you're not working, but trusting in the whole process that life is aware of your request, that life is aware that your needs need to be met because it is important. And that will also help draw it to you. We want to have this mind that's, that's thank you, it's at a place of gratitude, and you're saying thank you for everything that's already coming my way, and that way you stay open to it, because so often in the space of uncertainty, we're absolutely sure it's not coming to us, but it's that mindset that's actually blocking what we want. So we keep our hands open to receive and in a place of thanks for what we want to gracefully come to us. And actually, I want to touch a bit more on that on the topic of, we're so afraid of not getting what we want, or sometimes we're afraid of getting it. We have a fear of success, but that's a whole other video. But, we're so afraid that we're not going to get what we want that with our energy, we actually push that away. And that's a really important thing, is to stay in the vibe of what we want, to stay in the vibe of our desires, of feeling into, feeling wonderful about what we want. And that helps us to just align with it, with what we want. It's like a radio frequency. It's the way we communicate with life. And so we stay in that connection, and it helps us to draw it closer. So now it's not always going to be, roses the whole time while you're sitting in a space of uncertainty, particularly if maybe you're manifesting a relationship and it still hasn't happened. It is very hard to get down in the dumps. And you're supposed to. There's no perfect process. And Although, of course, I talk about being in a place of joy and ease, but that only comes sometimes when you have to feel down in the dumps. And so allow yourself to go through the process, because that's what everything in life is. And again, it's a way of staying connected to yourself, and that's the point. But allow yourself to go through the process. Allow yourself to feel whatever's happening. Allow yourself to have a breakdown if need be, and then you'll pick yourself back up and get connected. Well, I think you're always connected if you're being true to yourself, but just staying connected to the higher vibes. And again, staying in a place of receiving and allowing, and then it will come to you. So this space of uncertainty to me, again, is so powerful because we choose how we approach it. We decide how this is going to happen, in the sense of we choose our attitude towards it, which can make our life so much better. You know, when we choose faith, my gosh, it is a game changer. I'm just thinking about times of real challenge that I was having. And when I chose to have faith, it made the road so much easier. I remember, things feeling so dark, and just that shift in my own attitude, in the way I was deciding for myself how I was going to approach this. And that change alone made my own life so much easier, because I was happier, and then life was more fun again, and then things started coming towards me. So we have so much power in our approach. We have so much power in choosing to look at the power of uncertainty, all of the possibilities in uncertainty, and then we see all of the doors that are open for us. So I hope that helped. I would love to know what you thought. Alexa, if you have any comments, I'd love to see below as well. And yes, please also let me know if you have any